Hi, beautiful Cancers. Welcome to your, I will say, mid-August readings with me, Marianne, from Marianne's Mystic Mentions. It's wonderful to be here. It's been an interesting attempt in the last week or so to do readings, and therefore I'm a little behind. But what I will tell you is it's all good, and I'm going to shorten them a bit. I say that, and I mean it with all of my heart, but we'll see what happens. I'm doing my best. I do want to get these out, and realistically, the mid-month would actually be by the 15th. So I do have a brand new job starting tomorrow morning, which is just, it's kind of funny to think of at this point in my life, but it's not unheard of, and it's actually very exciting. And I've been going through a lot of changes in the preparation for that. I did leave my last location and do a lot of moving and so forth. And then I had an eye surgery on a left eye, cataract surgery, which went phenomenal, but then I couldn't see as well. And then yesterday was our beautiful full moon, Cancer, in Aquarius. And I mean, it was riveting. It was very powerful and strong, and it had incredibly positive influences, but also had a couple of little tricky ones. And Uranus was in there too. So perhaps you know what I'm speaking of, but this is, overall, Cancer, this is, it's a beautiful month, and there's a lot of wonderful, wonderful energies for you as a Cancer with Jupiter in your sign, which, happened June 9th, but it'll be there through 2026, June 25th. And then we have this amazing, and I speak for those that are new, welcome to my channel. I'm Marianne, and I am a psychic intuitive reader, but what I really like to speak about mostly is spiritual guidance, because that's what I do. I just like to guide you, and see what your feelings are, and kind of, I do read tarot, and I do bring in other divinations, but this is, I'm very interested in the characteristics of each sign, and I'm going to be starting a rebringing back, because we've been in a retrograde. We have 3 retrogrades this month, or is it 4? I know 3 planets for sure, one being Mercury retrograde. And so, yeah, it tends to bring things back, and it doesn't mean you have to redo them, but that's a lot of times what it is. And in my case, pretty much everything that I'm involved in is exactly that. But it's right. It feels perfectly right. So for you, Cancer, yes, Jupiter in your sign, Tuesday the 12th is, well, first of all, Mercury retrograde will end tomorrow. And this is, I think it's good news. Yes, I know it gets a bad rap, and Mercury retrogrades, all retrograde planets, there's that slowing down, and in the society, it's always like, what? I don't want to slow down. This whole year has had a lot of retrograde. It didn't really start, in my opinion, until June, and it's picking up, though. And there's beautiful, 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 positive energies that's going to come. So what's happening on the 12th specifically is we have Jupiter conjunct, meaning it's a meeting of the minds, if you will, and it's conjunct Venus, the planet, another 2 benevolent planets, love and power and passion and money and expansion and joy and just absolute magic. So I don't know what your plans are, but you just have the best time of it, and it continues to go on, okay? And then there's other things. There's the new moon happening on the 22nd, 23rd, depending on where you're located, in Virgo. Very, very, very positive for you as a water sign. Earth and water, very, very compatible, as elements. And so, yeah, I feel really good. I did before. When I had my conversation with you, as I do, and by the way, for those coming back and supporting me, I love and appreciate you so much. I'm seeing it. It's slow. It is slow. It's not, something's not happening, but I never give up, because this is absolutely my passion, and I would love to grow this channel. I'm putting it out there. I'm speaking it into existence. It's just a matter of being consistent and as genuine as possible. And those are always my main objectives for you. And then, sharing what messages that I get through you. So when I was speaking to you, the gloves represent color, they represent energy, and they are correlated with our chakras. So I always like to just kind of pick up on the energy that was happening, and it was a very clear indication of something having to do with your throat chakra. It's a lighter color, so it goes from the throat to me to the third eye, which is between the eyebrow, and your intuitive psychic abilities being enhanced. And you, as a water sign anyway, it's not at all surprising, but that's going to continue to happen. Our next set of eclipses, which are extremely transformational, and we start to feel the energy now because they're less than a month away. And a lot of times the information will come through. You probably have an idea already what I'm speaking of. We basically just finished the energies from the last set of eclipses that happened in March, but they're every 6 months. And then the first one will be September 7th in Pisces, your fellow water sign. So I see in my visions, in my dreams, in my heart, and listening to astrologers, of course. I'm not an astrologist, I'm an aspiring astrologist, so I learn as much as I can. One day I will say that I will be, I believe, because I'm heading in that direction. But for now, it's a lot of just my intuitive understanding. So what I do is I start with your chakra check. That I am fascinated with our chakras. They're the energy centers within our body. I speak of the 8 specifically, and it starts at the base chakra, which was the reading and the one that came up for Geminis just before you. And so now I'm going to put this behind my back as I speak a little more and shuffle a little bit, and let you know that sometimes, our chakras can get a little blocked, or it doesn't necessarily mean that's what Spirit's bringing this particular chakra up to you about, but just a focus, okay? And maybe just wanting to strengthen it. I always do a little meditation every morning. It takes like 2 minutes, and I ask that every single chakra from the base to the crown, and then above the 8th chakra, the all-encompassing all connectivity of all of us, be open to the fullest extent to have the most powerful usage of them. It's a gift. They're all gifts, and it's just, and energy's everything. So I'm very keen on that. If you've watched my channel at all, I'm a massage therapist and of 24 years, and I'm also a Reiki master practitioner. So energy is very, very important. I feel it. I love it. I love working with it. And colors they're so energetic, So this is the lighter. This is, like I said, the more of a, from the ability and need to really express yourself somehow. And I don't know what that means. Let's see what the reading has to say. And the chakra. Oh my goodness. Well, that's very close. That's pretty close. But I'll tell you what, more importantly, that's your 7th chakra. Okay. So we're into that realm, as I was saying, and as I was picking up on. And thank you, Spirit. I appreciate the synchronicity there, because it is the 7th chakra. The divine internal knowing is seamless with the creative force, love, and the intellect or intelligence of the universe. I am the essence of love personified. Now that's the 7th chakra. It's the crown. It's the information you get, Cancer, on a daily. We all do, but as a water sign, you are particularly known for your intuitive and psychic abilities, your prophetic abilities. I've known so many incredible readers and just friends that they just know stuff. You work and generally live through your heart. You're incredibly passionate and vulnerable and sensitive, and you're ruled by the moon. So you probably have felt way before, in fact, and as I do, I lose sleep, lost quite a bit of sleep, but it always comes back. There's just this really, like, it's an antenna for a lot of water signs, and there's the Scorpio and Pisces as well. But the message here is super important to help open that 7th chakra, even more so. And it's like a mantra, so you can take a little snapshot if that's not too blurry. And then the correlating stone that goes with this, that I'm going to put in my necklace to infuse the reading, is the clear quartz. It just really helps us to focus, wisdom, awareness of the words that are connected to it. I focus with clarity on my spiritual purpose. How perfect, right? And how vitally important right now. And these eclipses with the North Node being in Pisces, your fellow water sign, South in Virgo, which are the 2 new moons in a row. First one on the 22nd, 23rd of the month when we go into Virgo season. In the 0, like the most powerful, writing down those intentions, the earthly things that matter and the groundingness that we need to prevent ourselves from going too much into a place of being drifted off and, too empathic and feeling everybody, and just to allow that to not take over and be in charge and fully present in our power. And then the second new moon, which is unusual. They call it a blue moon, but the second one will be the partial eclipse happening on the 21st of September. So in Virgo. Wow, that's a lot, but there's a lot of that feeling happening. So yeah, just listening and getting the messages that will come through dreams or different form, music, whatever. It could be a walk, it could be in nature. Definitely by the water is good for you. And so I'll bring out that crystal and put that in the necklace, as I said, before I start this reading for you. And yeah, what am I not saying to you? I just feel really, really good. And I love that it's important to read every placement that you have, Cancer. Now, you may have many placements in Cancer and water in general, but a lot of times that's not the case. So I always invite people to watch your sun, moon, rising, definitely your Venus placements. And I would say Mercury, because we've had it in retrograde, and communication is key in all relationships, right? And in life in general, even if it's through written word. So this is not the actual, is it? It is, I'm sorry. I always keep one in my pocket, which I'm not wearing those pants when I'm working, and it's a different shape. But yes, this is the one. And it is, as I said, this crystal quartz, and it reminds me of any kind of a crystal ball, because it gives us the idea to look in and imagine, and it's just this, this inner knowing is really good, but it helps keeping you focused and growing and, leveling up in your spirituality. So let me put this in here and we'll get started. So I'm going to be using the Cat Tarot, one of my favorite decks. And yeah, I've had a little bit of an issue, maybe from Mercury retrograde. I mean, as I said, I did do both of the readings, and they were lengthy, and I thought they were wonderful, but they didn't come out. So cross your fingers on this, and if not, I'll do it again. I mean, that's how I operate. I don't stop. I just keep moving. That's the best motto for me. And so I have definitely shuffled these. I always like to bless the cards and definitely ask Spirit to give clear and concise messages. We're going to do a 6-card spread for time's sake, and it's going to be past, present, and future with a clarification. And so hopefully you're feeling really good. I mean, it is mid-August, it's like, what is happening? But it's been beautiful where I reside, and all of July was basically what I call beach weather, because I did live in an area where there was beach before for many years ago, but it'd be overcast till about 1, and the sun would come out for an hour or 2, and then, that would be it. But that's okay. Can never complain, because the weather is completely different anyway now. So we just go with what we can. And let us see here. Gratitude is a very important thing in our lives. It will bring much benefit to us. This is your past position. It could be as recent as this morning. Anything prior to this reading happening at this moment. And you have the King of Pentacles. Woo! Well, the King of Pentacles doesn't have to be a male. It definitely is more of a masculine energy, though, because we all have masculine and feminine duality within us. Finding the balance is always really important, but it's the maturity and the comfort and all the earthly pleasures, okay? I mean, there's a full bowl of food right there. No one's going hungry. Not on your watch, okay? You have this maternal instinct. You may be a mother. You may be wanting to be a mother. It's a very fertile month. I've read and heard more times than I care to say. I'm going to be a grandmother for the first time. Like, I'm over the moon, over your ruling planet, Cancer, with excitement, because I had completely resigned from that being a reality. But it's actually under a month away when that will transpire. So yeah, just the earth things, your family matter, you're finding more balance and just stability within that. Yeah, it's just a very, very comfortable. You might know somebody who's of an earth element, which is the Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Actually Pisces, it's a Pisces moon today, so I was feeling emotional prior to my readings because I've been doing some things, and like I said, I'm starting another job again. It's doing the things I've done for 18 years. It's out of school, but I'm excited, and I'm nervous, just like a kid. When you can constantly change and transform in your life, even if it's doing something you've done before, but doing it a different way now, or maybe, with, like I said, to do new people and all those sorts of things. There's a richness to this, and I think you're very much in tune with that. So clarification. Okay. I don't think this has come up in my readings yet. I have a ways to go, but you have the sun. These two is just, it's the ultimate. The sun is definitely a major arcana, and it represents Leo. And we are in Leo season. Happy birthday, all Leos, if you know one Cancer, and I know you do. Now, I know too many people, and I've studied the compatibility between signs for over 45 years. And the water and fire element is unmistakably one of the most attractive energies, and there's work that needs to be done. Okay, it's not the easiest, but it's very, very passionate, and it's very, very bright and energetic and all the above. But this is beautiful, beautiful feelings, and that's what you're coming into this reading for. We do have Jupiter in your sign, and I think that's just really just lit you up because you are favored, and it's particularly comfortable in Cancer, Jupiter. So anyway, that's a great preface to getting into the present, and that is, okay, the 8 of Cups. Wow. Now, I have a Pisces rising, and I have been watching my sun, moon, and rising with my favorite readers. And boy, this has come up a lot. It is the 8 of Cups. We're in an 8 month, okay? This is a 9 year. We're in an 8 month. We had that beautiful, beautiful, what am I trying to say? I'm so sorry. It happened on Friday the 8th. It happens every year. It is the Lion's Gate. It's supposed to be one of the most prophetic, very, very, very fortunate portals into anything you can imagine, all of your dreams, I know it sounds completely crazy. I write down everything. It's the beginning. It's not like it happened all on the 8th, but it's the starting. And I mean, things have happened in my past I won't go into. It's your reading, but trust me, if you have any indications, it's showing with the King of Pentacles and the Sun, clearly you do. And you've been very much aware of this because you're in the know about things like that. But this is moving away from the emotional baggage, I guess, of things in your life, and knowing you're going for that 9th cup. And the 9th cup is wishes fulfilled. And it does require some emotional stability for sure. I mean, I'm a pretty emotional, sensitive person. I feel that you are as well. Most Cancers I've ever known are. Luckily, both of my sons, ironically, have Cancer rising, so they get to benefit from this incredible, wonderful influence. It doesn't happen all the time. It's every 12 years when Jupiter goes in your sign, and then it lasts. Whatever happens can happen the next 12 years until it comes back. So you are very ready for this, and it's not a negative in any way. It's like, yes, the sun is shining because I've made the decision, I've made the move, and I'm going to move away from things that no longer serve me, people, circumstances, and things. And boy, that's exactly what I've done. So kudos to you if you ever use that expression. And oh yes, this is ripe and rich. The clarification is the Magician, a major arcana, which is meaning you have every tool you could ever need to accomplish exactly and manifest exactly what you need to. Every single one. And then, once again, as a side note, if I may, I had a brother that actually took his life, and he was a world-renowned magician. His birthday is on the 13th of August, and he was the best. And, that was 8 years ago, and it's well, it seems like yesterday, because he's always with me. And this isn't meant to say anything other than he was one of the best and remains one of the best. And I just think that we all need to understand the power we have to create the life we need to create. And sometimes there are certain circumstances and paths that need to happen for people, right? Not that we understand it fully or ever want it, but that's not necessarily, our place to say. And so, yeah, you are really, really creating. You are really in your power. You are so, so very blessed. And I know you're grateful, and the more you are, it just will continue to come through, and things will be presented to you in circumstances and opportunities like never before, really. So, congratulations, your future message. Aw, I love this. And it reminds me of my cat. If you don't have a cat, I love cats, and I definitely have mine, and he's not in here right now, but he gets in this position. And it's the Six of Pentacles. So there's that earth energy again. And that's, it's just the balance. You've got 3 on one side, 3 on the other. 6 is about balance. It's our sixth, sixth house represents in the tropical astrology. It's about, our day-to-day, every activity, the balance of work life and home life and love and, managing things and everything. And it's just perfect. So there's a beautiful reciprocity happening for you as well. So in addition to the other wonderful cards, it's coming through as just blessings, one after one after one. And you're always a giver anyway. So this is perfect. Take it in, enjoy it, and know that, it's going to last a while, but it can never last forever. And even when it's not happening like this, life can be perfect just because we're living and breathing, right? We wake up and say, whoa, I get another day. It's really true. For those that are young, you may laugh now, but you wait and see. It's just the best thing ever. So in clarifying your Six of Pentacles, whoa, Two of Swords. Okay, this is interesting because I just got this intuitive hit. It is the Two of Swords because they always show something having to do with like swords, and you see those fangs, right? But what I'm taking from it is, first of all, Two of Swords is in the Rider-Waite-Smith. Basically, there's a position of a person like this with either sword. There's a crossroads. There's a decision, okay? I don't know if I'm doing a good example here. But here's the news. When you take one down, you've got the Ace. And it's clear, and it's concise, and it's a new beginning, and it's right. When you take the other one down, it's exactly the same. It's a matter, there's a blindfold usually on the person who has this, air quality about them. We all can have that in our minds, but it doesn't mean we're an air sign, but they are Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And we had the full moon in Aquarius yesterday. So it might have really just put a huge spotlight on things you need to culminate, that need to end to start the new. And the decisions are happening. And with this new forward movement in Mercury, which is all about our mind and our thoughts and movement, you're going to make the right choice. There's no question about it. But what I wanted to mention is going back to the blue and the throat. Speak your truth. Speak it with great love and confidence and pride, okay? And never, ever doubt what you and your soul are wanting to create or manifest or do in your life, ever, okay? And that's what I'm really getting out of that, which isn't normally the message for that, but absolutely beautiful reading. Fabulous reading. I'm going to finish with your oracle message. This is the beautiful deck of the Starseed Oracle. And it has a beautiful picture, but then I read from the book because, it says things that that's what I love about the oracles, is they're there to simply guide us and let us know we do have free will always. And our choices are ours and ours alone. But that sometimes they can perk our interest in remembering about things that, oh, that's right, I did know that. And it's a beautiful loving guidance that I consider the oracles to be about, and very knowledgeable and filled with wisdom. So your last message, and if you like what you're hearing and you would like to support my channel, all you need to do is push that like and subscribe and maybe even the notification bell. It's not about money. It's not about any extra time unless you can come back, and I would love you to. But YouTube needs to see that people are watching this for me to expand and grow, and that's my intention, and that's what I would love to do. And your support is everything, okay? So thank you in advance. And let me just say your last message says, Forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. Wow. That's what I'm getting from this too. This is leadership. This is the Magician, This is certainly the King of Pentacles. And that sun just shining as bright as you can be. Never dim your light. You know what I'm saying? That's a given. Gorgeous, beautiful, lush, abundant earth is there. This dancer is free to dance. I love to dance. I was a dancer for years. Yeah, and there's nothing that feels better other than singing in the shower, is to just let your body just move. And yoga is a big part of that too. I did that for so long. And I need to get back on that. It's good for the body, for Pete's sakes. But yes, your message. Don't forge. Forge, don't follow. Okay, so that's enough. Forge, don't follow. It's got to be right here, right in between. Yes. If you wait until the path is perfectly paved, you won't be forging your own path, and you'll likely not even take the first step. Don't let a small detail like being unable to find someone to show you the way be the reason you don't step forward and lead. Let it be the reason that you do. God, I love that. The most courageous and needed leaders are the ones who don't wait for permission or until the morning they wake up feeling ready. They take a deep breath, and man, breaths are, it's the simplest advice I could give somebody, but it is free, and it is absolutely one of the most healing, important things that we do is utilize our breath, calm our bodies, calm our sympathetic nervous system. Do it anytime and as often as possible. Put one foot in front of the other and figure it out as they go. They don't wait for someone to lead them. They lead themselves. You're a cardinal sign, Cancer. You know all about that. That's been your modus operandus for your entire life. You usher in summer. Aries is the cardinal. They usher in spring. Libra is the fall that ushers in. And then Capricorn is the winter cardinal sign. You are here to pave the path that hasn't been walked before, to go first and lead the way for others who are calling you in. If you feel misrepresented in the media, step forward for all those who feel misrepresented. If no one's speaking out on the topics you feel passionate about, share your unique voice. There it is. There's the voice. Well, you can't make this up. That was the first thing that Spirit was sharing with me in my meditation. Something about your voice, something about being heard. This is absolutely perfect. You saw it here. And it's always like that. When we ask for Spirit's guidance, it'll always be there. And I'm excited. I love that. Don't look to those who have come before you to work out your path. Leaders must forge their own. Do it for your daughter. Do it for the younger you. Do it for the leaders who will follow. When you go first, you make it easier for others to follow your lead. Forge, don't follow. How are you being called to forge rather than follow? How can you be the leader you wish you had? Well, that is pretty much self-explanatory, but I'm very grateful I was able to be the voice piece, I guess, for that, and let you know that love is everywhere. I appreciate and love you, and I am grateful. We'd love to have you back in September. Have a beautiful rest of August, okay? And take good care until next time. Bye for now.